guys, I had my very first crash with the VFR here. I already took the side fairing off. I basically fell on my side, on my right side, and the bike was on top of me. I went down maybe at about 15-20 miles an hour, maybe even a little less. I wasn't going very fast. I was able to get back up and ride the bike home. Here's the damage to the fairing right here. Also this one right down here. You see it's all busted. This right here got all scratched up. That right there. Here's the front brake lever. Basically that's snapped off. I already ordered a new one. That was only 10 bucks, believe it or not. Interesting thing about this whole situation is this fairing right here. See how the paint split apart? This wasn't OEM paint. You can actually see a difference between this and this. Somebody laid this side down before me and already repainted it. So if it had to happen, I'm glad it happened on this side than the other one. But basically what was happening, since you guys might be interested in the story. So I was riding with my friends, Matt and Noah, and there was a cop and he was on the side of the road and he was trying to take a left-hand turn across 4 lanes of traffic. He had his police lights on though, just the back ones, not the front ones. So I didn't even really see those. And I was behind my friend Noah, and I look and my friend Matt stopped and my friend Noah was stopping, and I started to stop, and I just couldn't stop in time. I was maybe a second too late. I think I braked like maybe a second after Noah did, maybe. I don't know. I saw his brake light and I wasn't sure if he was just slowing down or stopping. So I went to, try to stop, and as I'm slowing down, I'm, holding in the front brake as much as I can, and the back brake, I'm actually locking up the rear, and the back is fishtailing like this. I basically hit the side of him, like he was right next to my bike over here. And he was just sitting, or he was like stopped right next to it. And I basically, my mirror hit his like handguard on his bike and ripped it off. And my body, like my elbow and everything, pushed into his elbow, and I pushed him off his bike. And obviously, and then I went down on this side. So this is the side that hit Noah, and you can see like, I took the fairing off because I had to get the bottom piece off, but this side's actually in pretty, this is fine. There's not a scratch on it that wasn't there before. So anyway, we fall on the ground, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh no, I run to my friend. I don't even, the VFR's still laying on the ground, and I just made sure he was okay and he was all right. And then I went over to my bike and I tried picking it up, and I remember seeing the police officer, and my friend Matt was like yelling at the cop. The kid has no fear. He's just like, why did you pull out, blah, 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 why were your lights on, and blah, blah. And the cop's just sitting there, and he's like in total shock. The cop didn't know what to say. He's just like, well, do you two want to file a police or a accident report? And my friend Noah's like, no, we're fine. I don't need to do that. Luckily for him, only his, he had handguards, and the handguard bracket broke. And other than that, and he had like a scratch on his crash cage. This bike, on the other hand, didn't fare as well. And that's one problem with these sport bikes. They don't handle the damage quite the same way the naked bikes do. But yeah, the cop, my friend Matt joked around and said, hey, we're gonna go through your insurance? Because the cop was pulling out in front of us. And the cop just laughed and said, nope. And I remember asking the cop, I'm like, can you help me pick up my bike? And he wouldn't even help me pick up my bike. He was kind of being a dick. But my friend Matt helped me pick it up. And then the cop said, oh, I have to respond to a call to suspicious activity or something. And he just left. He was there for maybe a total of 90 seconds. I mean, it was like he couldn't get out of there quick enough because he knew that he had messed up. But what are you gonna do, right? It's their word against yours. I completely blame myself for the accident though, because my friend Noah was in the middle of the lane. I think he was, I'm trying to remember, maybe a little bit to the right. And I was right behind him, and I shouldn't have been there. I should always ride staggered, so like the person in front of me is not directly in front of me. I mean, that was stupid of me, and I shouldn't have done that. Oh, and of course the brake broke off, but I was okay. I got back up. We had to start the bike. It took a few minutes, but it started, and I had to ride home without a front brake, but it was fine. I mean, honestly, the front brakes on this bike suck. I mean, the reason why this accident happened, mainly, the cop was doing something he shouldn't have been doing, well, blah, 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 but it was my fault because I should have been able to stop in time. Matt and Noah were able to stop in time. Why couldn't I? And I know this bike, the brakes suck on this bike, and it's funny because my friend Noah rode the bike, the VFR, that day, just around for a few minutes, and the first thing he said when he came back was, dude, these brakes suck. So, I mean, if I was on my CBR, it wouldn't have happened actually, because I would have been able to stop. But with this bike, I just couldn't stop in time. But honestly, it doesn't matter, because I should have accounted for that, because I knew the brakes were bad. It wasn't a surprise. It wasn't like a brake line just went out. I knew the brakes were not that great, and I still wasn't, I wasn't where I was supposed to be. And when I saw him stop, rather than trying to stop, because I just wanted to slow down, I couldn't think straight enough to where I could get off to the side, because there was plenty of space on the right. I didn't even have to use any brakes. I could have just steered right off into the right and went off the road, and I would have been perfectly fine. The bikes would have been fine, everybody would have been fine. But the fact of the matter is, I couldn't do that. I couldn't think that way in that time. And I mean, it all comes down in about 2 seconds, and I really wish I had it on camera, but of course, the GoPro died like an hour before then. The VFR plans to fix her up. Here's the fairing. I'm just going to try clean it up. I already ordered the brake, like I said. That was only 10 bucks. I'm gonna take this off, and I'm going to, luckily all the tabs are good, but I'm gonna Bondo this up, sand everything down, and I'm gonna get some paint. I'm gonna try to make it look at least presentable enough, and then I'll probably sell. I was already planning on selling it anyway. Like, I had a guy coming the day I crashed it, and I was kind of like just giving it one last final ride, and it's like, it's always that way, right? I guess the VFR really didn't want to leave me. She wanted to stay. But anyway, guys, this video is getting long. I'm gonna have to cut some stuff, and it's so long. But anyway, I appreciate you watching, guys. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for everything, and just stay safe out there. Beginning of the season, I'm one of those people who never thought I would go down in a way like I did, but I'm just glad nobody was hurt. Everything can be fixed, and it's not even gonna cost anybody a lot of money. I mean, it's probably gonna cost me, maybe at the end of the day, $200-300, maybe $400. A drop in the bucket when you consider everything. So anyway, guys, see you later. Take care. Bye-bye. Cop just ran us off the road. Thanks. Thank you. And then he left, because, you know, he's a fucking asshole. Whatever, man. At least I'm fine. You know, good thing I had my fucking jacket on, man. I mean, it didn't really go fast, but still, fuck, man.
Oh, well, I was gonna let you go.
Fuck, dude.
Illegal left-hand turn. Absolutely, because you're not supposed to go left out of here.
Unbelievable, man. Fucking stupid.
I should have made you so drunk.
Fuck. Well, that sucks, dude. I can't sell this.